Welcome, Scorpio, to your monthly reading for April 2018. Now, this will describe energies that you might be experiencing this month. All right, I do hope that you have a great month. All right, let's see what's going on with you, Scorpio. I did shuffle off camera. All right, energy for Scorpio for April 2018. April 2018. Oh, okay. Well, so we have some things to talk about really quick. So this month is going to be potentially providing you some insight psychically, intuitively, when it comes to someone. Like, you might be having doubts with someone where you want to make an emotional connection with them, but there are obstacles. Either someone is in your way or someone is in their way, which is causing you to doubt yourself. They could definitely be manipulating you by not expressing themselves. You might not be expressing yourself in some way. So throughout the month, the Magician is showing up. We do have the Queen of Cups. These cards are here, and I feel like you're dealing with someone who could be very emotionally maybe unstable, maybe uncertain. They may have financial issues as well. You might be having the same kind of thing. The manipulation part comes through where they may be throwing guilt trips, sometimes making you feel a bit bad about the decision that you made or the decision that they made, especially if you're not wanting to move forward. That's with someone that you may have been dealing with. For another person, they know that you want to be around them, that you want them, but they may be kind of holding back and doing things on purpose. Then that could put you in a stressful situation, which you could splurge on money to make yourself feel better, comfortable. But the manipulation part is very unhealthy, because purposely ignoring, not communicating, maybe purposely maybe taking pictures or something like that to entice you, to make you feel resentful or jealous. You know, those kind of things could be coming up. So you could be dealing with some situations in that way. So you will relate that to your situation. I feel like they may be very important for many of you out there. So just be careful of manipulative energy. All right, when someone is doing that, that often means that there's help desired, is really needed, but they may not be sure of how to ask for it, whether it's you or them. All right, so let's see energy for Scorpio for April 2018. Okay, so the theme, the Two of Swords. Should I break away from that situation, that kind of energy? For many of you out there, you're trying to figure out if this is worth it, if you're still wanting to go through the stress. Maybe you're thinking about going back to someone or something, and it may not be, you know, that harsh of a reality. It just depends on what you may have been experiencing from that person, but your happiness does matter. Your thoughts, how stressful they may be when you think about that decision, or staying with what you already know, or something new. You know, something is there. A lot of you are contemplating it. Some of you may have made it already, and some of you could be thinking, did I do the right thing or not? All right, and this is moving forward into your destiny, right? Into your happiness. This is where you feel that whatever decision that you make, that it's the best one for you. And I feel if you think about it in that way, and you try to do things precisely about how you feel and what you've experienced through your situation, you can't go wrong, I don't feel, because you'll learn through the lessons either way, whether it's good or bad. Maybe you have other opportunities, but here the Wheel of Fortune comes through as you think through. Take your time, maybe not move so quickly, and I'll see how things go. All right, the Fool, starting over, starting fresh, clearing things out. You may have been holding on to something that's just not been working out, and as you know, there's maybe a risk for a reward for your risk, the risk that you do take to free yourself. Maybe you're dealing with an Aries for some of you out there, or just a new beginning in general. All right, the Stars here, the recent past. This is the card where you may have been healing from some things, taking time for you. Maybe, you know, a lot of attention could have been coming your way. You could have been doing things when it comes to maybe your career, even in your love life. You could have had some opportunities to be around your partner or a love interest. Maybe people are interested in you, and that may make you feel good. You could be dealing with an Aquarius as well, but some healing is going on where things were maybe shining a bit bright. 3 major arcana surrounding a big decision that some of you are making. 4. All right, 4 people could be involved, could be a marriage or something like that that you're dealing with. But I feel this is a time for you to, you know, kind of come to terms with what's working, what's not, what you need. Spiritual growth as well. I feel like a lot of you might be going through a lot of transformation that's very necessary right now. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Jupiter, all right, is retrograde, and that is in Scorpio. So that does deal with your first house of really, you know, purging, clearing out things that you really don't want anymore in your life for a lot of you. And this is the judgment call that you have to make. Sometimes you might not feel is the best thing. There could be court matters and legal matters that you might be waiting for, but this is really the time for you to get real with yourself and real with the other person, and not continue to have these past issues and things like that crop up over and over again. And as you do that, you start to feel better. All right, you start to clear yourself up. It's almost like, you know, that if you make a decision to kind of move on and free yourself, even if this is being a single or just maybe with your romantic partner, you have an option. Like, you have options, the opportunity to feel good. And I feel like it does require that you make a decision either way to move in a certain direction. You have a lot of things surrounding you, which is that's great to see though. All right, that's what your partner or whoever you might be dealing with, they might be bringing that energy towards you, like they want this, but maybe the right time is not there for you to kind of accept it just yet. All right, got the 10 of Cups. All right, this is your response. This is the happiness that you may be moving forward into. Is a big possibility once you kind of, you know, think of everything in a nutshell, kind of put it together, maybe give someone a second chance, or you may be kind of evaluating, maybe have that discussion with that person, and maybe they kind of turn around and say, okay, let's give this a shot. You know, those kind of things are going on. A happy home, happy relationship, happy marriage. It just depends there with the 10 of Cups being there. All right, and you have some of the best cards. You got the best reading so far out of everybody. So the 9 of Cups is showing up, and this is how others are seeing you, or your romantic partner is seeing you. Fulfilled, you know, happy, you know, feeling like things are going your way. Even if you're not really expressing it all out the open, maybe intuitively they are aware of maybe your secretive nature, and they feel you on a different level, a different scale. So they might know that you're happy about something, the anticipation or what you are evolving into, and the fact that you might be involving another person in your life. So that's good to see. All right, your partner, what's going on with them? The Tower. The Tower might come through because they are moving on, or they're letting go, or they're letting you in. It just depends on how we have to clarify that, but they're going through some type of change. If you were dealing with someone, this is like the separation, a breakup, a wake-up call, almost like judgment. Something happens out of the blue where something needed to happen at that time to make some kind of necessary change. And the outcome, Temperance. You have a lot of major arcana here, so this is a big month for you. Temperance is here. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius as well for some, but this is where you're taking your time, taking things slow, even when it comes down to that decision. For some of you, you may not even make that decision just yet, but you're taking time. Remember, Mercury is in retrograde, so when it comes to communication, you have the Two of Swords, which is the communication card. Thinking what you think about, maybe it's not really clear just yet, so the fog is going away. And I feel like whatever you may have been kind of confused about, it starts to lift up. And I feel like it does require patience and you to kind of, you know, breathe and not lose your cool, lose your temper. And I feel like a lot of you are going to be able to conquer that. All right. And I'm going to clarify. I'm going to go clarify one card. And that's going to be the Tower. Clarify the Tower for your partner. If you're dealing with somebody, clarify the Tower for a Scorpio partner. The Devil. Yep. I feel like your partner, for many of you, this is the addictive energy I feel with the Tower being here. They may really want to be around you. They want you to the extreme. They can't get you off their mind. The obsession may be there. Sometimes your partner, some of you may be dealing with a situation where they are afraid to lose you, to start over, and you know that it's best for you to do that. They may even be dealing with a situation where they may have moved on from someone, and they could be having a fear of moving on from that person to come with you. It could be working two different ways. I'm going to clarify the Devil for your partner. Clarify the Devil for Scorpio's partner. The Two of Cups, yes, is a lesson that you two are learning, whether or not it's moving on or you two coming together. And I feel like patience is required. Lessons are still being learned by that person. They may have a lot of things going on with them, not to say that you don't, but it could be any other sign. It doesn't have to be a water sign, but there is a lot of tension there, I feel, with fear about change that's going on with that particular person. All right, so let's see messages for Scorpio. 2 cards for Scorpio for April 2018 in love, romance, angels, especially for Scorpio. Passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. I feel like you will have the opportunity to do that a lot this month, and that's good to see. Let's see energies for Scorpio with that anticipation, right? For Scorpio for April 2018. Codependency, it says addictions are affecting your romantic life, and we did speak about like the addiction factor, whether or not that was your romantic partner or love interest being addicted to you. The energies of you, for some of you, may be waiting around for your partner to kind of reach out and make a change, and sometimes they may not be willing to do that just yet, and you're still holding on, waiting around, and not being able to focus on other things, you know, other opportunities, other energies, you know, other creativities, joy, you know, those kind of things. So it just depends. Codependency, addictions could be many different vices that we don't really need. So you relate that to your situation. All right, so this is going to be your reading for the month. You have some really good things coming in, but all in all, it's a big decision for your happiness. All right, and I feel like you will make the right one. So I hope you have a great month. Thanks for viewing. Much love, much light. Remember to go to the website if you would like a private or personal reading that's going to relate to your situation. All right, have a good one.